Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. The previous video looked at MMTLP and the focus was on West Christian and also comparisons with regard to Bernie Madoff, so please refer back to the previous video for those updates. In today's video we're going to be looking at MMTLP. As well as that we're going to be looking at updates for BBIG and TRKA, so stay tuned for those. So before we make a start, let's have a quick look at what's happening in the market. So in terms of crypto, we can see here Bitcoin did touch $21,000 for the first time since early November, so it seems to be a lot more positivity with regard to crypto. And from the US stock market point of view, we did see a mixed market, but overall there was positive earnings for most of the mega caps, and we did see some good rebound on the Friday as well, so long may this continue. I'm going to start by sharing an article from Frank Nez, and on this website here he's talked about FINRA, the retail community and corruption. So this is dated January the 14th, 2023. So in terms of the key findings from this recent news article, we can see what it states here is the retail community is calling FINRA corrupt after numerous scandals have surface. So I think this is something that is now breaking the ice in terms of getting out there in the mainstream media. There is a lot more going on as well. We're going to have a look at that shortly. But it also states here is FINRA received more backlash after freezing the trading of MMTLP prior to its spin-off. So that's certainly correct. The U3 halt was certainly uncalled for in our opinion, and if we look at the statement here and the interview with the SEC chairman Gary Gensler, he says we the investors, he believes the SEC should have the best execution rule, not the self-regulatory organization FINRA. So if that's what you believe, then we need action which speaks louder than words. So let's have a look at what FINRA's actual responsibility and role is. So we can see here it stands for the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. It's self-regulatory government organization that oversees US broker-dealers. So self-regulatory is obviously implying that obviously it's a law unto itself. It's claiming immunity, it's claiming absolute immunity, and it's also funded by the US taxpayer, but not government organization. So it seems to be kind of a law unto itself. The organization contains records of every trade made available intraday, including that of naked short sales. So this is very important. This is why we know that they have the information. They are not releasing the information. So if if FINRA know what's going on in terms of the trades, the naked short sales, the synthetic shares, then they have to be careful of not being complicit. And one way of doing that is cleaning it up and coming out and saying and sharing the data. So FINRA's other role is to require firms to be able to meet their short sale requirements, as well as have a process to close out fails to deliver within the required time frame. So in terms of MMTLP, they're not FINRA normally supposed to ensure that this happens after I think 30 days, but with MMTLP I think it was going well in excess of that, but FINRA did not intervene. So very, very big questions there for FINRA. And the final part of the article we can see here, obviously they're the open window that allows these manipulative practices to occur in the market. The fail to delivers are mounting up every month according to the SEC data. FINRA is unable to get firms to close out these obligations. Well, if FINRA was a little bit more tough and more proactive, then this would not happen. So we, the real retail community, are calling it foul play. We know there is possibility of lobbying. There is something we covered in the previous video with regard to a peaceful march taking place in the headquarters of the SEC, and so check that details out of that in the previous video. And we can also see here that FINRA is responsible for where retail orders are being executed at the best execution rate. And again, this is also something that is not currently being happening. Let's now have a look at an update from Roger James Hamilton, and this is with regard to the proposed meeting with John Berder and a number of other CEOs and the topic of naked shorting. So if we remember, Charles Payne was moving from I am interested to let me mull this over on the weekend. So we are in the weekend, so I'm not sure there is an update from Charles, but let's have a look at what else has happened in terms of developments. So shout out here to Kristen Shaughnessy, who's tagged in everybody, including John, and stated I'm a reporter anchor in New York for more than 3 decades. Happy to do the interview if this does not happen. So credit to Kristen there. So John Berder has positively replied saying, I'm certainly game. Let's get something organised. Get the short killer in as well. Roger James Hamilton as well. And hopefully with Wes as well, and make this happen maybe in a YouTube live scenario with people taking questions as well. The other thing I want to look at is with regard to a number of screenshots that are being shared, and I've also been messaged about this. So this is with regard to, if we have a look at the screen here and have a look at MMTLP, there is a market price here of $102.82. So shout out here to the short killer. So that's one of the screenshots that is being used. So this is a margin account, and let's have a look at another screenshot here, this time shared by Sean. And what Sean is saying, after hours I collected another 3 accounts with SS, so total 6 iTrade accounts with the same value, 137 Canadian dollars or 102 US dollars. So he's hopeful, he thinks it's a glitch, can comment why, and he's not getting too excited. So the same value there, $102 and 82, and then one more here. This is a message I received also, but this time it's saying $137.72, and this is Scotia iTrade in Canada. So all of the accounts certainly have in common origin of Canada. So in my opinion, I think this is probably a glitch. We don't have any news of trading. We don't have any news of this being available to trade, never mind on the open market or even on the OTC market as well. So it doesn't make sense. However, if you want 100% confirmation of this, certainly if you are getting this, you can probably go ahead and test, maybe try to sell 1 share on Tuesday at market open and see if this is valid. However, in my opinion, I think this is a glitch. The next important update I'd like to share with you is from Richard Hoffman. So most people are aware of the Rosa versus FINRA case that is going on, but I'm sure you're all aware, those of you who've been following carefully will also know that Richard Hoffman is also an attorney, and he's also pursuing this as litigation as well. So let's have a look at Richard's post. He stated, I decided to keep everyone truly apprised on my case against Fidelity. FINRA DTCC have formally asked their litigation counsel to open up their books and records and to stipulate to the appointment of a receiver. So great post there. And what Richard has also followed on by saying here is with regard to his Fidelity litigation in Canada, they have requested arbitration. He has declined. They filed a motion. He's going to oppose, and then there will be a hearing and appeal by Richard if required. But what's interesting here is, why are Fidelity requesting arbitration? So one reason could be they don't want to go to court. They don't want the data to be opened up. Arbitration certainly is applying that they want an off the record, on the side negotiation with Richard and say, you know, Richard, can we make you happy? Thanks to Richard for declining this, and hopefully we get transparency and openness in court, which will hopefully benefit everyone. And the final thing I've been asked to do is provide an update with regard to the share count. So if we look at the post here from Russ, he's looking at an estimated 39,532,644 counted shares, and that is from 6,074 holders. So obviously we've got the whales as well, which will be added on into that. So if you want to go ahead and add this on, go ahead and check Russ's Twitter page where you've got this share count. You just add in your name, your Twitter handle, email address, how many shares you've got, which broker, and that should be added on. and hopefully give us an idea of some transparency or an estimate in terms of how many shares are. The key reason why Russ is doing that is to try to verify if there are more shares than there should be. Finally, I'd like to finish off by giving a shout out here to Ham the Short Killer, and he's kindly retweeted one of my posts earlier today, and that was with regard to a request from everybody to share their personal MMTLP story. So you'll be able to find this in the description and in the description and in the comments below, as well as that it will also be available on Twitter. So go ahead and fill this in if you feel as though you would like your story to be shared with a very prominent journalist. This meeting is taking place on Monday, where we will talk about MMTLP, and this prominent journalist will hopefully take on the story and provide some national media coverage, which is what we are all looking for. And the final thing I want to do is have a look at two of the stocks that we're watching this week in our weekly watch list. First one is BBIG. So if we have a look at what happened close of play on Friday, we saw there were about 3.7 million shares traded in the swing. So if you look at the chart there, huge increase in volume and upturn. It's not retail. There was a huge buy. Somebody knows something. So in terms of official news, nothing out there officially released, but certainly BBIG is one that we are watching. And if you would like to get a copy of our weekly watch list, this is available obviously prior to trading on the Tuesdays, and in the previous weeks we made some excellent calls. So if you would like to get a copy, details are in the description below, and thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.